Hey there! You are once again welcome to my channel. Today we'll dive into the most expensive palaces in the world. Before we go deep into it, kindly like and subscribe to my channel. Some of the most expensive palaces in the world cost more than just a few million. Palaces have been the patron of power, wealth, and labor for centuries and represent the cultural and social representation of the age they were built. The earlier known palaces date back to Egypt and Babylon, where Persian palaces were constructed. While the symmetry and designs changed over the years, each building was made with expensive materials and intricate work that stood the test of time. While most of the palaces were residences used by the royal families, the world has moved away from the monarchy system and most of these buildings have become museums or heritage sites. From Buckingham Palace in London, which remains the official and royal residence of the Queen of England, to the Forbidden City complex in Beijing, which has become its biggest tourist attraction spot, each palace on the list serves a varied purpose. Let's take a look at the most expensive palaces in the world. 10. Windsor Castle, UK, $236 million. Windsor Castle dates back to the 11th century when it was constructed for William the Conqueror. Designed with Georgian-style architecture, Windsor has various state apartments and countless artifacts and art collections. It also has St. George's Chapel on its premises, the venue for royal weddings, as noted by Cheat Sheet. The Queen has made the castle her new permanent residence since the COVID-19 pandemic. 9. Aksaray Palace, Turkey, $663 million. Aksaray Palace has been included in the UNESCO World Heritage List and remains a grand monument from the medieval period. Once a part of Emir Timur's residence, the palace was constructed over 24 years from 1380. The reserved part of the palace is restored and remains a centerpiece of cultural festivals. 8. Dolmabahce Palace, Istanbul, $1.5 billion. Dolmabahce Palace is the largest monoblock palace in Turkey, which started construction in 1843 under Sultan Abdülmecid. The castle was built to cover the financial decline of the Ottoman Empire, covered in gold and crystal. Dolmabahce has 285 rooms, 68 toilets, 6 hammams, and 44 halls. 7. Istana Nurul Iman Palace, Brunei, $3.9 billion. The largest living resident of a state head, the Istana Nurul Iman Palace, resides on the banks of the Brunei River. The construction was completed the year Brunei gained independence from Britain in 1984. According to Istana Nurul Iman, the palace was designed by Leonardo V. Loxton and cost $1 billion at the time of construction. The 20,000 square meters of space has 1,788 premises, 250 bathrooms, and 5 swimming pools. 6. Winter Palace, Russia, $6.44 billion. The most famous building in St. Petersburg, the Winter Palace, was the first imperial residence for Peter the Great. His descendant commissioned Francesco Bartolomeo Rastrelli to redesign the castle, which underwent several transformations in the next few decades. In 1917, it became a state hermitage museum, and some parts are open for viewing. 5. Buckingham Palace, $7.2 billion. King George VI converted Buckingham House into a palace in the 1820s, and it has since served as the royal residence and administrative HQ of the monarch. With over 775 rooms, it features 52 royal and guest bedrooms and 92 offices. The palace sees more than 50,000 visitors yearly and has been the venue of political and social receptions. 4. Tokyo Imperial Palace, Japan, $12.25 billion. Located on the remains of Edo Castle, the Tokyo Imperial Palace finished construction in 1888 and was destroyed during the Second World War but later built in a similar style. Unlike the Forbidden City, the Imperial Palace is not open to visitors except on January 2nd for the New Year's greeting and on February 23rd, the Emperor's birthday. 3. Louvre Palace, France, $45.5 billion. In 1546, the Parisian Old Castle was torn down under Francis I to construct the Louvre Palace by Pierre Lescot. While the king only made a small portion of the Louvre as seen today, significant additions were made in the 17th century by the future monarchs, as stated by Britannica. After Louis XIV moved his residences to Versailles in 1682, the palace ceased to be a royal residence and was converted into a museum in the next decade. 2. Palace of Versailles, France, $50.7 billion. The epitome of luxury, the Palace of Versailles, is one of the most luxurious palaces in the world. That first served as a hunting lodge for Louis XIII before the successor designed the palace, proclaiming himself the Sun King. With over 350 living units, the castle has Baroque and Rococo architecture and features expansive gardens and sculptures. 1. Forbidden City Complex, China, $69.66 billion. 3 times larger than the Louvre, the Forbidden City Complex in Beijing is one of the best preserved wooden structures in the world. As mentioned by CNN, after Zhu Dai established Beijing as the capital of China, he built the Forbidden City. Over 1 million workers and 100,000 craftsmen worked over 14 years to complete the structure. Home to over 24 emperors, the Forbidden City reportedly has 9,999.5 rooms, as the Chinese believe that the God of Heaven has 10,000 rooms. Other notable palaces include the Neuschwanstein Palace, Umaid Bowen Palace, and Château de Chambord. Most palaces on the list have served as royal residences before becoming heritage sites that have gained much traction. Made once for the emperors, these buildings see consistent footfall every year and generate millions in revenue. Wow! So that's all we have on today's episode. Hope we didn't disappoint you, but meet up with your expectations. Well, if so, kindly subscribe to get notified anytime we upload more luxury update, and also don't forget to like as well. Hoping to meet in the next episode. Bye.